Okay. Well, hello, beautiful people. Today I'm gonna continue with a playthrough of this hero. I think his name is Bai Chi. So that's gonna be fun. Let me pull up the message chat so I can figure it out. Yeah, I'm here testing. Cool, interesting. All right, we got that down. Okay, so let's continue with this playthrough. I think we're almost done with it. We're at 44% and the threshold is 50%. Yes. Bai Chi is his character. I think last time we left off, his sister got kidnapped, so now we have to play the hero. And then there's like the awkward part about how you're gonna marry your own sister, which we'll deal with later. So anyway, so the brother is playing the hero and chasing after the perpetrators, and we're going to face a few enemies.
想要向狡猾的毒蛇复仇，那至少需要比他更谨慎、更耐心。
Do you want revenge upon a sly snake? You should be more prudent and patient than him.
我必须提醒你，在敌人领地内，一旦被群起攻之，死亡便是你唯一的下场。
I must remind you that on hostile land, you will only end up dead once your enemies begin to attack you in every direction. Okay, so he's saying don't get surrounded. We gotta keep a head on a swivel at all times. Yeah, sure. I'll keep my head on a swivel, right? That's good
黑
advice.
齿筹谋已久，他们当然对可能的后果做出了防范。
Yes, when you prepare for something, you are also prepared for the consequences of your actions. Okay. Sounds like reasonable folk. The city of the Blackteeths is not far from you. However, an outpost between you and it stands in your way. Its thick wooden walls, assembled from spikes, have apparently been rebuilt recently, and there are also soldiers looking around on the wooden watchtower. Several squads are patrolling the outpost at every moment. You have two choices. The first one is sneaking through the outpost without being noticed. This is the quickest shortcut into Blackteeth State. However, once you are noticed, it would be impossible to slip into the state again and get revenge, even if you can get rid of the chasing soldiers. If you hate taking risks, you can make a detour. The terrain here is treacherous, with precipitous cliffs and paths full of thorns spreading nearly 100 miles east and west. Making a way through them is obviously difficult, and because of that, the Blackteeths didn't set other posts here. So if you make a wrong decision, you'll just have to start over? There's no way I'm gonna make a detour. Like, if you're a musician, like, dude, I'm not going on a tour, right? I mean, if I'm a musician, I go on tour, yes, but not like this, you know? I gotta go the direct and the short way. The patient way, right? And Mr. Fisherman said to be patient, so I gotta be patient. You look at the terrain around the place and are not totally confident on a detour. Therefore, you decide to take the risk and sneak through the outpost while avoiding both the patrolling squads and the sight of the soldiers on the watchtower. So if you can get a good roll. Okay, we got a Yang roll. That's good news. Huh. Though you are nearly noticed several times, fortune favors you in the end. Ah yes, born lucky. Finally, you walked out from the watch of the outpost and past the dangerous area. The gloomy black teeth state is clearly seen before you. Do we save in the middle of the dungeon? Yeah, if I won the roll, I guess I should save it. You walk to a traveler's station not far from the city gate. Many wagon fleets and caravans will take a rest here before entering the city. Yuck, what a baddie. What? Yuck, what a bloody bad luck. Oh my god. Wait, it's like, yuck, what a bloody bad luck. A farmer carrying his tools is pointing to the city gate. What on hell are those blackteeths doing? They interrogate us every day this month, and even begin to ask our entry for entering the city. My small business is going to be ruined in their hands if they continue to block us. Alas, no one knows what they are planning. Traveling merchant sighs. I spent a lot for this entry pass, and I wonder who will continue to trade with them if they keep asking for it every time. So I've got some like tariffs that they're ripping up. I heard that they are planning a war. The wandering performer lowers his voice. I'm not certain, but if it's true, the peddlers and performers like us all will be doomed. Like us will be doomed, okay. It seems that the state has imposed emergency measures upon Xiongyi's return. Any foreigners who want to pass through the gate must be interrogated and must have an entry.
想想看，如果不想让毒蛇认出你，应该变成什么样子会比较好？
Who should you become if you don't want the snake to recognize you? You look at your shabby white quill robe, worn from long time traveling. You are definitely not able to enter the city with such an appearance and empty hands. Perhaps you can join the people beside you and get into the gate as one of them. Join the farmers, join the caravan. Definitely the wandering band. I'm a tour. You know, I've got a Guqing, right? Guqing. I mean, there's no other explanation for my outlandish costume and my beautiful feminine looks and my instrument, you know? This is a band composed of wandering performers. Their bleak business is reflected everywhere on them, and their faces are almost all laden with worry. You find their leader and tell him about your intention. I wouldn't mind an additional companion. He sighs with an utterly helpless face. However, we are pressed for money now and even can't afford food. If we can't earn more coin from the journey, we may dissolve soon. And someone may complain if a layperson joins us at this time. Only, you know, you can sing or play an instrument. You're an entertainer, maybe a comedian. Play your Guqing to him. Yes, that is definitely... I know a bit about how to play a Guqing. A Guqing. Under their surprised eyes, you take the instrument out from the black cloth and set it before you. His eyes gleam as he sees your Guqing. This must be an extraordinary instrument. Must be very expensive. You smile politely and stir the strings. A melody begins. Its melancholic, sorrowful tune evokes one's innermost sadness, like a setting sun, or a fish stranded from a waterfall. Its sound echoes like in a withered forest or under a heavy snow mantle. The tune falls and the chords become mournful. Finally, in the abyss of despair, eager notes begin to spark. It's the second part of the song, right? A sharp sound rushes out from the movement, as if a bloodstained blade has been drawn out amid flames and hatred enemies. Oh wow, that's a little interesting. Overwhelming waves and deafening thunderclaps rampage on the battlefield, smashing their invisible enemy under an unforgiving momentum. This must be like a war song that he's playing. The final forte vanishes into nothingness and your melody ends. You take your Guqing and stand up. A warm applause rings out for a long time. All the persons resting in the traveler's station have been attracted by your performance and are already gathering around you. Some of them even put coins on the desk before you while they're applauding. Maybe it was not a good idea to make myself so noticeable? Seeing that, the leader of the wandering performers takes out a ceramic plate in a hurry and collects the coins. Your audience then tosses coins to the plate, and soon it's filled to the brim by the rain of coins. Ah, yes, money! Yes, I am siphoning money off of my audience. Your art must be granted by deities. He beams with conspicuous excitement as he holds the full plate in hand. Here, you may take some. Charisma is originally Latin. I think charisma has an etymology that means gifted by God or gift from the gods. Kind of very interesting word. Charisma means a gift from God. Gifted by the gods, I guess. That's kind of the implication. No need. You may take them as a payment for your performance. You wave your hand to him smilingly. I only need to allow me to follow your band and get into the city and enter the city. All right, no problem, my friend. He grins from ear to ear upon the unexpected generosity. From now on, you are one of us. Okay, it looks like it's fine. I made the right decision. Sounds good. You follow the line and walk to the city gate of the Blackteeth people. You will get much closer to your target if you can pass from here in the end. Suddenly, you notice a person that should have never appeared here.
目光会暴露一个人的内心。如果我是你，就一定不会和那家伙对上视线。
One's sight exposes one's thought. If I were you, I would not look at this man face to face. Do not meet his gaze. Okay, that's the goal here. Xiongyi of the Black Teeth. The vengeful flame in the depth of your heart is ignited in an instant, and you feel your blood rushing into your head. However, a sense of danger comes with it. Your wariness begins to alert you that taking revenge is impossible in the eyes of so many witnesses. Besides, you haven't known the whereabouts of Bai Chi yet. You calm down a bit and begin to collect your thoughts. Things are getting difficult. You didn't expect him to be here supervising the guards' work in person himself. He is probably the one most familiar with you throughout the Blackteeth state. Your face has been worn by the long journey, and your beard stubs begin to emerge. You look totally different from what you once were, and you even changed your clothes. However, you are not totally confident that he will be fooled by such meager disguises. Next one. The fleet before you enters the gate. Now you will face the guards. You lower your head and hope you can pass the check. You follow the wandering performer's line for the interrogation. After checking the goods on wagons and your entries, the guards gesture to you to pass. Have you inspected the musical instruments of them? It's the sound of Xiongyi, and he seems to be unwilling to let you go. An ominous feeling emerges in your mind. Yes, they're all common instruments, a guard replies. Huh. Xiongyi sneers coldly. Pick out all the guqings and bring them to me. Oh no. You have fought against Xiongyi, and you guess he must have had a deep impression on Warworn. If you carry it without any disguise, it will certainly be recognized. Warworn is wrapped in black cloth, and you begin to rack your brain rapidly. Carry it as a shoulder pole, hang it for your chest. Interesting. Well, you have a 50-50 chance of succeeding, I guess. If you carry it as a shoulder pole, it'll be very conspicuous. We'll hang it before the chest. A curious idea suddenly comes to you. You fix a strip of cloth at your guqing's two ends and hang it just before your chest. What is it? Hand out all guqings for our young heir's inspection. A guard comes to you and points to the thing hanging around your neck. This is not a guqing. You hold Warworn over your chest and reply with mustered courage. This is a guita, and it should be played like that. Like a guitar? Is that what what? I guess that's a guitar. mean... That's kind of funny. Is that like Chinese for guitar? I don't know, actually. Like... Anyway, you're just making it up. You make an odd pose with those words, sweeping your head while sweeping your fingers through the instrument as if you are stirring its strings. The guards laugh at your performance. Hey, why did you take a fool into your wandering band? You get the point. Some persons just like to see that. Another guard speaks seriously. What the hell? Shut up! Their leader gestures. Hand out all guqings. As for this, just let it be. Xiongyi inspects all of the guqings before him, but frustration eventually emerges on his face. In the end, he could only gesture to his guards as a sign of allowing your line to pass. You wipe your sweat away stealthily and lower your head, following the line before you. Soon, you get into the city after such a daunting experience. Okay. It looks like making the guqing very obvious was the right play.
刚度过危险的人最容易放松警惕，打起精神，别忘了你是来干什么的。
Oh, gotta keep it up. Alright, keep up your guard. The city gate closes behind you and you have finally arrived at the mysterious Blackteeth State. Of course, you are not interested in the exotic city. All that occupies your mind now is Xiongyi's nasty face. You followed the band and checked in at the same inn. You talked briefly to the leader and went straight to your room on the second floor. You're certainly not preparing for a wandering performance. You should act upon the falling of the night. Oh wow, you can afford your own bedroom? You must be rich. You may not have seen a clean bed for so many days, and eating and sleeping outdoors for so long is something you have never experienced as a royal heir. You lie down on the bed and stretch your body. However, even then, something keeps disturbing your mind. You have left White Quill State for many days. What is going on in your motherland? Will that woman, as well as loyal generals like Bai Chi and Bai, get things under control again? Maybe you shouldn't have set off for revenge so hot-headedly and left the chaotic conditions back home. No. You shake your head to dispel the thoughts. They will only undermine your determination since now you are already here in Blackteeth State and surrounded by enemies. You will die if you let your guard down, and now there's only one possibility left for you. Thoughts, except for that, are all fancy dreams. Suddenly, you hear someone knocking on your door. The sound is slight, but it undoubtedly comes from outside of your room. Oh my god. Should you confirm the knock? You just ignore it? You are not certain about the identity of the person, but you know if someone visits you suddenly in a state full of enemies, they probably came for trouble. However, if you have already been under the close watch of enemies, hiding in your refuge like a tortoise won't do. Do you still want to ignore the sudden knocking, even if you may get caught in danger? You kept your door closed and ignored the knocking sound. Better not get involved in the matter. You have decided to set off to find Bai Chi and Xiongyi when the night falls, and you must be prudent in your waiting, lest troubles find you at this time. Oh, I got assassinated. Okay, I guess I got caught. Hmm.
你的旅程也只能到此为止了。
So it looks like I would have to made the wrong choice. So they keep telling you ignoring it is bad. Interesting. I didn't think ignoring was bad. I just thought I had to, you know, do something else. Okay, looks like I'll have to redo all of this.
刚度过危险的人最容易放松警惕，打起精神，别忘了你是来干什么的。
Could we discuss our performance tomorrow if you're here for that? You ask aloud. The only possible acquaintance here is the leader of the wandering band. If the person outside is him, he will reply at once. However, the person made no reply. The knocking begins again. Suddenly, you hear someone knocking on your door. Do you have to open the door? The door is open. Outside your room is a strange woman you have never seen. Her appearance is pretty. Her figure is slender. There is a smile on her face. Greetings. What are you looking for? Since you cannot infer what she wants, you ask politely. Just as she is about to speak, she stumbles on the ground and loses balance. The next moment, she is falling directly towards your arms. However, after so many fights, you are no longer the feeble young man knowing nothing about martial arts. The way she throws herself to you is not a stumble. Her steps are still neat, with further moves concealed in them. She is not an ordinary woman. We dodge her? Woman with unknown intentions. If she wants to harm you, you will be unable to dodge her strikes once you allow her to get too close. You become vigilant and dart back from her momentum with the quickest speed. Agents replied that a suspicious man checked in at the inn. As you expected, the woman regains balance. A sly look shines through her eyes. The new guests are all ordinary wandering performers, except for you. Her gaze falls onto the desk with the words, where your guqing war-worn rests. Though you have it covered with black cloth, the shape of the guqing can still be discerned if looked at carefully. No. You look to her again, only to find she has turned back from you. If you let her go at this time, Xiongyi will soon be informed. Then it would be impossible for you to leave here. Stop there! Stop there! With a yell, you take the instrument out of the covering cloth and stir a musical line. The airwave from that shuts the door in an instant, and a gruesome atmosphere begins to grow inside the room. Our young heir ordered us to inform him only and not engage in a conflict. To be honest, I feel the order is a bit underestimating his enemy. A fierce glance appears in her eyes. I would cut your head off and take it back for a prize. Oh my god, he's delusional. He's immune to special damage. We can reroll. See if we get the correct dies. Definitely you would buff up with some skills. Reso. We can reroll one more time and see what we get, but I forgot to put on a... okay. Let me see. We'll just buff up as much as we can and do damage, and that's the end of this round. Yeah, I guess she is pretty delusional. She's like, I'm just gonna assassinate you right now. I mean, I guess she's very forward and proactive. That's a good sign, right? Where are my glasses? I like cannot read things. I'm sorry. Okay, I found my glasses. So we took a lot of damage. Not great. We could probably shield ourselves. If we reroll, we might get a couple of yangs, but we might not. It just depends on how lucky you are. Okay, we got 2 yangs, so that's good. That should be sufficient. And then we can attack her. Immune. And then the special damage does the rest of the work. Cool. So Bai Chi is only level 7. So, though her moves were ferocious, your difference in power made you a cut above. However, after finding herself defeated, you stab her own throat with a sneer and dies before you can react to the scene. So this is the agent trained by Xiongyi. If they are so merciless even to themselves, they are indeed troublesome enemies. You rummage through her clothes and find a bamboo slip in a hidden layer. It reads, "A big fish takes the bait. A snake eats a white bird." Though you don't know its exact meaning, you feel it must be important. You recite the phrase several times and remember it in your mind. Although you've prevented the agent from leaking your whereabouts, the security is not going to last. Every single day here will be riskier than before. You must act tonight. Now, the most important thing is to have a restful sleep and replenish your strength and energy for an upcoming nighttime operation. So the fact that I was weaponless was a little questionable. Let me see. Maybe I think this one will be good. And then the other weapon. You can have a stone dagger or a reversed blade. I'm not high enough level to use the level 12. Probably this one. Yeah. Okay. We'll move on to the next event and see what happens.
夜色会掩盖很多东西，但只要你融入夜色，就会发现更多。
The night conceals many things, yet you might find more if you look into it. Okay, you wait until midnight. Then, in the utmost quietness, you put Warworn on your back and climb to the roof from the window. The night in Blackteeth State is particularly dark. All candles have been put out, and there are only a few lights in the distance. You rush on the roofs, heading in the direction indicated by the lights. Just like the White Quills, the ordinary people here don't light candles at night either. Only special or important buildings in the city will have lamps lit at this time. However, you feel someone is gazing at you with malicious intentions just when you are dashing. You stop. The next moment, some people clad in dark suits rush to your side. They inspect you for a while and ask, with an emotionless tone, "Who's here? Who's there?" I mean, if you attack them, that's gonna... I mean, if you're a bard, you're supposed to, like, have good negotiation skills, right? I'm a newcomer. I'm new to the team. The encounter with the woman before indicates that the Blackteeth agents will disguise themselves in every identity. Running on roofs at night, well, such suspicious conduct can only be reasonable if you are also one of them. Password. They ask immediately before you find any pretext. Put out fire at night and kindle again in daylight. Who's and peas, Xiongyi of the Blackteeth. Wow. A big fish takes the bait. A snake eats a white bird. Hearing that, the people exchange looks with each other before nodding to you. Our young heir has ordered a reinforcement in the snake cave. He speaks to you in a lowered voice. The fish will soon take the bait. His words are a bit ambiguous, but some thoughts have already come to your mind. You remember the place he mentioned and begin to run again after a nod.
这里的味道不好闻是吗？没关系，反正你也不是来游山玩水的。
Damn, like... Dude just like pulled a fast one. It's like, no, you. It's like, I'm actually an agent too. I'm a secret agent. That's pretty funny, but... After investigation, you arrive at the Snake Cave, the most mysterious and perhaps also the most dangerous place in the state. The Blackteeths raise and train snakes here. No one knows from when people began to associate the Blackteeths with snakes. Some snakes are their food, some are pets, and some even become their most fierce weapons. The guards here are scarce. However, the hidden agents in this place are the true threats to you. Fortunately, you know your opponent after many fights, and though you spent some time dealing with those enemies, you eventually enter the cave. There is a spiral path leading downward in the snake cave. You follow it to the room at the bottom, and the scene there holds you in utter astonishment. Wow. Bai Chi is in the center of the room. Her limbs are bound and her mouth is stuffed, and she is confined in a copper cage. Around her are innumerable black pots, with lids of the same color on their top. On their lids are thin strings connecting them to the lock on the cage. As for the content of the pots, you have already known it upon hearing the insidious manifold of hissing. Seeing you here, Bai Chi looks at you with utter excitement. However, you also catch a painful sorrow in her eyes. She gazes at the lock on the cage and shakes her head anxiously. If you open the lock, the snakes will throng to you in all directions, but it's the only way to save her. You inhale deeply, and with a determined look, you smash the lock with a sound wave. All the black lids are opened at once. You hear a multiplied, much stronger hissing, and the next moment, innumerable hungry snakes are creeping towards you with incredible speed. Innumerable, how do you pronounce that? Innumerable, right? It's like innumerable hungry snakes are creeping towards you with astounding speed. Okay, they're immune to poison. Well, luckily, I don't have any poison moves. I will have to, let me see. Try and re-roll for some moves. Looks like that's not working. We're gonna hit the first snake. And if we're lucky... Okay, so my auto attack hit a random person. It looks like advancing so doesn't do anything. Since it's okay, so this is only good for boss fights, but gain 2 resolute when the round ends. Interesting. We'll have vulnerable on all of them. It looks like we can attack him. And we have killed the snakes. Easy peasy, saving my sister. Super cool. I'm a great big brother or younger brother. Am I younger or older? I'm probably the old. I think I'm the older brother actually. These creatures seem to have suffered from hunger for many days, and their instinct has made them fearless to death. You eliminated some of them, but the rest of the snakes keep thronging to you without any hesitation, creeping from the side of the dead ones. Oh, this is an endless gauntlet of snakes. Alrighty. Snakes are terrifying. Alrighty. Probably do that. And re-roll and see what we get. Oh. That's a good buff to get. And get 2 yangs. Probably shield myself. Do damage. I don't think re-rolling is going to do anything. Oh, one of them just died. Okay, I did enough damage. This will be the end of my turn. Oof, the poison bypasses shield. That's not a good sign. Not having the healing might be bad. Okay, well, we'll just do damage, right? That's how this works. Cool. We won. Not too bad, right? Just cleaning up the mess. Oh, we're level 8, we can finally put on some items. Your fingers move rapidly between the strings like swift shadows. Finally, your sharp, resolute tune cuts almost all of your enemies down. Smaller snakes dare not approach you again, but there are still a few large serpents pressing on as if they still dream of a bountiful meal. Oof. Oh, there's a humanoid mixed in with them. We've got a snake charmer controlling their assets, I believe. Try to roll for more die. We got one yang. Get another yang, maybe. Nope, we're not lucky enough to get the yang. We will smack most of them. We'll definitely have to focus on him. Focus on myself. And then hit him again. That didn't work. Okay, well, we'll gain the rest of the buffs. That's the end of the turn. Looks like the random damage hit a snake. Cool beans. I'm getting poisoned. That's not fun. Okay. Roll and see what die we get. That's not good. That's like even worse. Okay. Attack him. Attack him again. So this will hopefully... Alright, so that finished off the right target. We got lucky with that hit. Getting more damage. Gonna reroll. Okay. Smack. Shield. He can probably finish it, but... it might be better to finish him off so that we don't have to deal with it. Oof, being at half HP is not great. I might have to, try a different weapon. You finally eliminate all of the snakes. Your clothes are completely wet by your sweat, drenched in sweat. You hurry to release Bai Chi from the ropes, and after regaining her freedom, she throws herself into your arms and hugs you tightly, like a frightened bird. Brother Bai Chi. Her sobbing voice is full of coy complaints and affection. What? Tears stream out from her eyes and soak your shoulder. Look at her carefully.
很久以前我就想知道，人如果对自己的怀疑产生怀疑，会是什么结果？
What happens if a person begins to suspect their suspicion? You felt much excitement when you saw Bai Chi again and did not know how to greet her. However, after you hear her yell and see her throwing herself into your arms, you feel things are a bit odd. You do not hold her into your arms in response. Instead, you catch her shoulders and let her raise her head to you. At this moment, you notice a slight quiver on her body with your sharp perception. Her young face looks just like what you remembered, but something has changed. Her firm and fiery eyes have been replaced by a soft and tender look. Her once strong and sturdy muscles turn limp and fragrant. If the sister you remembered was a proud phoenix, then the one you see now is a harmless, innocent dove. Noticing your suspicious eyes, her body becomes rigid. She begins to speak in a hurry. Brother, Bai Chi, I was confined here and suffered a great torture, and my appearance may already seem strange to you. You know those words will never come from Bai Chi. She is a flame that would burn all at the cost of her life, and under no circumstances would she be talking in soft words and living under humiliation. What is the name of the cliff I always play my guqing on? Your look becomes cold as you step back and ask. I can't remember. Her face is struck by a sudden panic. She becomes more and more of a stranger in your eyes. You are not her. You pause at Warworn before you and become alert. Where is my sister? She has already died. Seeing that, her feigned innocence turns into madness out of embarrassment. You'd better die with her since you like her so much. Oh my god. Like, you have someone... Okay. That's a little bit depressing. She's already died. It looks like I can get a plethora of buffs, which is nice. We can re-roll and see what happens. Oh. I think this will be the best option. We take damage to do damage. Okay, so we finished her off in one... I don't know about you, but this guy is pretty strong. Like, he can just finish off someone in like one turn. I don't know if I was able to do that with any other character. I mean, maybe it's just I didn't know how to play the game in the beginning, but yeah, anyway. She falls before you, and your strength seems to have depleted too. You kneel down and rest on the ground. Your helpless figure is lit by the moonlight shed from the top of the spiral cave. The slyness of your enemies is beyond your expectations, but what makes you more desperate is that you cannot even know the whereabouts of Bai Chi after so much effort. Besides, the phrase from the woman saying that she has already died also grows into bad thoughts in your mind. The first glimmer of light has appeared on the horizon. The dawn will soon come. Before that, you need to settle the last matter. Zhongyi of the Black Teeth, you grit your teeth and stand up. Let's put our things to an end before dawn. Interesting. So we gained a couple of skill points and we can put on more item. So a silk robe would be very good with this character because of the amount of buffs you get. Interesting. And then a silk crown. One resolute. From restore 2 HP when you cast an active skill. I think that would be better for... It would be better for this fight because I'm like dying here, but I don't know, right? What is the skill set, the set effect? Do you need all 3 items? Interesting. So we don't have access to any of this. For every 1 skill, gain 4 shield. When your active skills cost HP. We don't have anything like that. You can use the Vial of Dews. Deal 4 basic damage and apply 2 maimed. Maimed is negative. I think the Vial of Dews would be better. For that, the Rusty Dagger. I mean, I don't know. Let me see. For every accidental dough, for every attack, 2 resounding ruh. Additional 1 time of basic damage. La. This is special damage. There's so many guys that are immune to special damage, so it's not really great. Music on fingers. Remove all dough. Dough triplets. So this is a lot stronger than this one. Gain 2 Ru. Remove all dough. Deal 3 basic damage 3 times. It does 9 damage, and it gets you 6 stacks of dough. And then reduplets deal 2x basic damage. X is your Ru stack. Oh, that is very OP. La stack. X is your dough. I think this would be very good. Okay, me and So will unequaled melody, remove all notes. This would probably deal a lot of damage, but you need 4. 5 notes me. Accidental me. Gain 2 me. When the me ends. 5 notes me. Energetic me. I mean, this would do a lot of damage, but I guess this would do a lot too. Dora and La gives you 3 of each, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Versus this one. But you would need 2 yangs or yings to get that, so maybe not. Energetic me. Encouraging Ru. Deal 5 basic damage and gain 2 Ru. Ru stacks. You can also get La. Ru and La. Yeah, I don't think, Resolute Law, you can have this for the shield. Since I don't have a lot of uses. We'll see how helpful this is. Right, if you have Law. Okay, I think this build works. We'll see how many gear I have. Stone dagger. Alright, so we'll do the boss fight. The sound waves shatter the gate with unparalleled force. The familiar figure stands in the center of your hall, the incarnation of your innermost hatred. Shongyi turns to you slowly. Then you see a scene forever unforgettable. He is holding a slender and sturdy leg in his hands. The leg is still tainted with fresh blood, as if it had just been cut. The man casts you a provocative and arrogant look, and in the next moment, he stretches his tongue on the leg and begins to lick the blood on it greedily. She should have been your wife, as per your clan rule, or as the result from the tournament. He grins in scorn as he licks. However, such a beautiful leg has joined my private collection now. Wow. A coldness creeps up from your spine to your head. Your scalp begins to tingle in numbness. You recognize Bai Chi's leg at first sight. Bai Chi. Is she already dead? The profoundest desperation and sorrow drain your strength in an instant. You only gaze at your enemy blankly, as a lifeless puppet. She was not the heiress to White Quill's state. She was only bait, and the bait would be useless since the fish I want has taken it. Don't worry, I won't kill you. He sneers and begins to inspect you with much interest. I only kill those who cannot be controlled. For those that are already in my grip, they are my bargaining chips. Do you hate me? He looks at you from the side of his eyes. Hate your birth instead. Only the strongest race can survive in this world. Have you seen serpents? Their size is not huge, but they can swallow a prey that is dozens of times larger than them. Power is not the most important thing. He clenches his hands. Wow, this is such a long villain monologue. Anyways, the ways to survive are motion, ambition, and never stopping our pace to— okay, whatever. You're only hearing without listening. You have undoubtedly lost in the battle. Your blood relatives were killed, and your state will soon be destroyed. Sounds around you are all muffled, and darkness has enveloped you like a dense fog. You walk forward in the pitch black, like a blind person, and fall heavily to the ground. You have no more tears for weeping, and no more voice for crying. Desperation devours a person's soul once it reaches the mind's depths. Suddenly, a verdant glow emerges from a corner in the lightless world. It grows out like a string or a coil, and draws your sorrow and pain away bit by bit, with a sheer and refreshing vitality. You follow the glow eagerly like a thirsty traveler seeking a limpid spring, and your eyes finally rest on your Guqing, war-worn. Its verdant glow shines like the warmest embrace, taking into its hold the darkness in your mind. Interesting. Spreading warfare wasted the land in the east, weeds and bones laid there, worn by war 2 decades after. Who's talking? A glimmer of confusion shines through Shongyi's eyes, but he finds nothing after looking around. He always likes to get all things under his control with careful plans. He's a very meticulous man, you see. But now that something unforeseen is happening, he feels panic. Shi, my good son. A warm and powerful sound rings out from the glow of your Guqing. 2 decades have passed. I have only listened to your tunes. But today, I see your face for the first time. Mother? You suddenly raise up your head. Though it is the first time you hear her voice, your eyes are brimming with tears at a familiar kindness. My son, you did not make an error. You have done your best. The voice is full of her pride in you. You cherish everything in your life and speak out your endless love with your tunes. All that are around you are the best gift. The rising and setting of the sun, the rotation of seasons, the flood and ebb of tides, and the growing and fading of affections. Your power never comes from hatred. Instead, it comes from pure love. Your Guqing begins its tune just after her voice fades. The tune travels through vast landscapes and endless time, and finally flows into your bosom like a mellow and sweet liquor. Ah. So, is his robe just really bloody? Like he has blood stains on his robe, or is this just— I guess yes, he does have blood stains on his robe. A dazzling glow emits from Warworn. Its green beams concentrate on your body, and you feel yourself full of power again. Go ahead, my son. Do what you should do, and love who you will love. Oof. So you do love your sister. You're like a sis-con, huh? Mother, you nod forcefully and wipe the tears from the corner of your eyes away. Then you glare at Shongyi of the Black Teeth. Humph. Shongyi sneers, trying to conceal the astonishment in his eyes. He was confident in capturing a completely disheartened Bai Chi, but now his victory is uncertain. The desire of serpents comes from their inner emptiness. Therefore, they must search for prey of larger sizes to satiate them. Ambition is a gap that can never be filled. and once left uncontrolled, it will lead to destruction. Now you shall pay for your ambition. What a big talker. With a furious yell, Shongyi has drawn his weapon out. His eyes gleam with terrible radiance as he presses on you. Oh, you talk big, right? Okay. I mean, yeah, you have to talk big. That's how this works, right? Black Teeth Occult. I mean, I feel like it's kind of sad that, like... Okay, we'll just keep stacking, die. And we'll have to re-roll, because obviously none of these are good rolls. Alrighty, this is okay. We do get a shield, which is nice. Oh. If we stab him, we can get something. We can do damage. Oh, wait a minute, that might have not been a good idea. Because he heals. So if you don't do enough of a threshold, he's just gonna heal it back. Yep, I see. I don't think this build is that good, but... We're gonna re-roll. This is difficult. Oh, I did not mean to do that. I meant to... We can stack debuffs on him? If we remove the dough... I don't think that's a good idea. We'll just have to stack as many as we can, I think. Because it's kind of pointless to attack him if we don't have enough damage to smack him in, like, we have to do at least 40, you know? So... we can redo this. La stacks is 2x. Well, maimed will... He's immune to debuffs. That's really annoying. Okay. I should have picked a different build. Okay, well, we can try re-rolling, see what we get. None of this is good. He's preparing for a powerful strike. Okay. You get more die. La duplets deal 2x basic damage times law stacks. Let's see, we can do 23 basic damage times 2 of law, which is about almost 30. And then 6 dough. Let's re-roll and see what we get. Nope, we didn't get a single... Okay. That's disappointing. I should have just used it. I screwed up my chances. I can still actually have it. Give myself raw. A lot of laws. I should have picked a different weapon. This is not good. Not a very good, oof. That just ignores all of the shielding? How does ignoring all of the shield work? Well, we'll re-roll and see what happens, but... Nice. This is very nice. We can gain a lot. Resolute Law. Re and Law equal to... We don't need any more shielding, so... Mostly just the token here. And then... I can heal myself. Close. Okay, we didn't really deal too much. Seriously? That's a bit annoying. Okay. We'll have to re-roll this entire thing. 2 random die. We do need those 2. I can smack him. The fact that he's immune to the shield is really annoying. Last X. We can try rerolling and see if we get anything. Okay, that's the end of the reroll. 100. Alright. That's... Yep. That's a pretty big number. Misfortune bracers, plus 3 tokens. Ooh, that's a cool drop. The sound waves condense into a myriad edges, falling on him like a rainstorm. He is unable to resist your attack, and your countless blades pierce him in his fearful screams. Your final strength has been used up in this fight, and you also collapse. Footsteps ring out. Many armored Blackteeth guards with spears come around you. But astonishment emerges on their faces when they see Shongyi's miserable death, and in the next moment, their spears all point at you lying limply on the ground. You pull your mouth corners up into a trembling, helpless grin. Now you will probably die with your hated enemy. You close your eyes, and your father, Bai Chi, the people of the White Quill, they emerge in your mind one by one, concluding with the warm Guqing. My Eastern Count. We have totally eliminated the remaining Blackteeth troops, but we found a survivor in Western Palace. Oh, this is we're in a totally different setting? A vigorous and authentic voice begins to speak. Bring him back to our Sui Army's camp. I'll decide the matter after I return.
东边的蝴蝶扇动翅膀，西边的狂风已席卷而至。
Butterfly in the east
等待你
flutters
的
its
未
wings,
来仍
and
在
a storm in the
继续。
west arrives. The world goes on. Your future awaits. Okay. It looks like we have finished, this guy's saga, or the first part of it. Interesting. Her name is Yellow. I guess we've unlocked something. Well, there's nothing left to go for, right? This is the end of his... Okay, well, Nuzal has some things going on. It looks like. I mean, I don't know, right? She's only level 8. Tribe territory, desolate woodland. Nothing's there. Tribe territory. Okay, so this is like the ancient era where everyone's just a bunch of... It's just a bunch of primitive, like, hunter-gatherers, right?
雨总会让人想起过去，那些同样在下雨日子里沉淀下来的旧事。
Rains always remind us of our past. So gloomy. 10 years have passed like a dream. Incessant, chilly raindrops are falling, seeping through the cracks of the aged hut and soaking your fair neck. Out of your window, lush plants of different hues stand silently under distant and muffled thunderclaps. Water and mud splatting. People are running hastily from the pen in the fields, covering their heads. They are returning to their home, a dry, warm shelter from the sudden rain. You put on a bamboo hat and open the door, stepping into the cold, endless rain. Kids under shelter. So you go talk to them. I tell you, Brother Li Tian is the most powerful person in our tribe. 2 young voices are speaking. They are 2 kids sheltering under the eaves. Perhaps the rain also interrupted their play on the open ground. If Brother Li Tian can be our next leader, our tribe will win all fights and will never fear anyone. The boy is arguing with the girl beside him, waving a wooden stick. This is nonsense. The girl's brows are knitted in anger as she points to him, on one hand on her waist. Only knowing how to fight isn't enough. Our leader should be able to protect us and make us smile happily. How can we smile happily if we can't drive off the bad people invading us? The boy speaks defiantly, and in your eyes, who can deal with them except for Brother Li Tian? Miss Nuzao, of course, the girl pouts with an equally defiant answer. She is the softest and the kindest person, and she even drove off the wolves alone and rescued our warriors. How could she manage to do so if she's not strong? Ugh. The boy is obviously discouraged as he hears the name, but he is still trying to retort. Miss Nuzao is indeed very kind to everyone, but the tale of driving the wolves off is only told by our aunts, and we did not see it with our own eyes. And Li Tian is different. I really saw how he fought against our enemies. Such a tall, strong, and brave man is better than Nuzao in every aspect. You grin bitterly as you hear their debate. It has been long since the crisis of the wolves, and for kids, time will easily wash off their memories from hearsay. However, the condition of the tribe is worsening day after day. Sunny days become fewer and fewer, replaced by days soaked in chilly, endless rain. Diseases and the lack of food are threatening everyone, and the unfavorable environment makes life in every tribe increasingly harder. Hostility begins to grow among those originally unrelated tribes due to their desire to plunder for more resources. Wars become frequent, and those who can win them are held as heroes in the tribe. Burdened by those matters, your matriarch finally fell ill. Today is the 7th day of her illness, and all people in your tribe are concerned about her. However, you know there's only a part of them who cares about her health. The other part only wants to know who will succeed in the leadership quarrel. You raise your head to the sky. There is no star nor flowing lights. All that you can see are gloomy clouds extending to every corner of your sight with muffled thunderclaps. Your star wheel has long fallen into silence, and the future remains unknown to you too. You shake off these disturbing thoughts. You only want to visit the matriarch and have a talk. A vague feeling tells you that her days are numbered. Oh. Very interesting. So the money that I earned from the other characters does carry over to this one, which is very interesting. I mean, I can wear a hat. What does she do? She has a skill. Resolute. Burning. Trigram. Penetrating. Gain 1 random die. So this only stacks with Phoenix tokens. Let me see. Mountain trigram. Gain 1 random die. Apply vulnerable. We don't have any passive skills. This lady is mostly dies. Very interesting. Restore 12 HP. Gain 2 cleansed. Clear debuffs. And this is cheaper, so fire trigram. Deal 6 basic damage. Lake trigram. I think deal 8 basic damage and gain a die is pretty good. Plus 2 damage for every die or token added. If you have burning targets, they do. Okay. That means you have to burn them. Gain a random die. Deal 8 basic damage and apply 1 burning. We could just not have this, right? You can do this so that you have a lot more dies to go with. We'll see. If we go to the post, there's a tribe warrior. You can buy items, I believe. There's not a lot to buy, really, other than, there's some necklaces you can get. You can hit a hairpin. Plus 2 tokens. These are interchangeable tokens. Star amulet. Green lotus. You can have any combination of things that you want. Well, let me see. Gear. I don't have any shoes I can wear. Interesting. Well, we can restore HP when you cast an active skill. That's pretty good. Golem armor. For every kind of buff gained from active skills. That one's actually pretty good for her. You can use that one. Golem bracers or bloodlust golem bracers. Smooth stone. I guess that would probably okay, well. Stone dagger, nether breath. Oh wait, I can't equip it because I'm too low level. Oh. Cost 3 HP and deal 12 basic damage. Stone dagger. You can do 10 basic damage. Or rusty dagger. And apply 2 maim. Mountain and lake. She's not really high level, but okay. If we go to the matriarch's house, we can help her out.
这潮湿能进入朽木和腐草，屋檐也遮不住丝丝冷意。
Not even the roof can keep the coldness away. You look around and find with confusion that the elderly ladies in your tribe are not here. Only your mother is in this place. Hello, mother. Hello. She coughs slightly and puts the half-ground herbs aside. Then she washes her hands in a basin full of clear water and walks to you. Nuzao, you are here. Your mother has been tending to the matriarch since she fell ill. Her sleepy eyes and her tired face indicate that she seldom rests these days. We can have a discussion. When on earth will this rain stop? Your mother looks into the sky outside and sighs. Our good days have passed and will never come back. You feel speechless at her hopelessness. You only tilt your body to her in silence and hold her hand in yours. We haven't seen the stars in the sky for a long time. Feeling your hand is cold due to the rain, she grasps it tightly and warms your hand with her temperature. But my shining star is still here. The matriarch's illness? What about the matriarch's illness? Your mother shakes her head. From her face you catch a hint of sadness. I've tried many treatments, but none of them would help. Then red spots began to emerge on her face and neck. Their strange shapes were similar to the wounds bit by wolves. Their number is increasing every day, and her fever cannot be reduced. She has no appetite for everything, and her strength is waning. Her words surprise you. You didn't expect that the matriarch's illness has worsened to this extent. Many women in our clan are gradually suffering from the same illness, and they say that this is a curse left by the wolves. To be honest, I don't believe those words. However, I know our matriarch will probably succumb to it unless the father and the mother descend to the mortal world to save her. Now, she is still sober, and you may talk to her at this time. Her eyes are a bit blurred, so take care when speaking to her. About the tribe's condition? Our crops have been destroyed by the flood from the river overflow, and beasts are more cautious and sly. Many of them will hide in their lairs now, and we cannot set off to hunt in such weather. We were attacked by other tribes several months ago. They broke the post's defense and plundered our food and livestock, and all that dared stop them were killed. This endless rain has driven all of us mad. Yeah. On that day, after you returned from the Yarrow Garden, you witnessed slaughter and chaos. Those invaders were only tribe members, same as you, but the wanting for food turned them into mindless murderers. When you were shocked by the miserable scene, a bulky figure appeared. He saw scars from battles on his naked upper body, while the man raised his head and pointed his spear to the invaders. His eyes glowed with anger and madness. Li Tian drove them off. You nod to her as a sign of knowing what happened. He fought directly against the invaders and killed 13 of them, and his body was all covered with blood. But it didn't bring us calm and peace. It only foretold much disturbances. He is a berserker from birth. His desire can only be satiated through endless war and killing. When we became desperate due to the lack of food, he stood out and told us to treat equally to the tribes who plundered us and took our food from us. With those words, he gave out self-made weapons. Then we wiped off the tribe who invaded us. We were against this act in the beginning, but they became silent after we brought plenty of food back. So we became invaders so easily. Okay. Li Tian gained an increasing reputation from inciting wars and bringing back the spoils of war. Now, a successor to the matriarch will soon appear, but if Li Tian becomes our next leader, we would be doomed, just like the bloodthirsty wolves. Interesting, so this is a succession battle, more so than a resource battle, I guess. I don't know what the divination said. Nu Zhao, you told me that you already saw the tragic scene before the day we set off to the wolves. Now you can see our future again? Well, I have not seen it for a long time, though I don't know why. The divination cannot tell all of the disasters and incidences. It takes a piece of bone, the oracle, and the phrases on it all predict bad things. Now we have nearly nothing to rely on. If only you could still see our future. So it's time to talk to the matriarch. The matriarch is in dire straits. He lies on the straw bed powerlessly. Her eyes have lost focus. Matriarch, you call out with a light voice, and she turns her head to you. You are Nu Zhao, right? Thanks to the Cirrus's tending these days, you're the only two that stay on my side now. About your condition. I feel I won't recover from it this time. Red spots have covered her chest, back, and arms. Their shapes are like butterflies or wolf's biting wounds, consisting of a miserable and ghastly sight. Like I'm bitten by wolves, right? I heard that many women in our clan also suffered from this, and none of them survived. Maybe this is really a vicious curse. She then points to the ceramic bowl at her side. You see half-peeled eggs and shards in it. People will recall the things they loved with much fondness when they are about to depart. However, I have lost my appetite and cannot swallow even the eggs from our champion egg layers. If we talk about Li Tian, this is all due to my inability. Self-reproach overwhelms her. I failed to protect our people or navigate us through the crisis. However, I still don't want to let our fate be put under his control. He's a madman from top to bottom. He won't bring hope to us. Every time he asks me to give him more persons for the next assault, I can notice the fierceness growing in his eyes. I only see a desire for killing. She lowers her head as if she is unwilling to recall it. Nu Zhao, if that's your wish, I hope you can become my successor. Will you accept this? To become the successor, huh? Well, this is an interesting crossroads. I could say no, but it might not happen. I'm gonna be railroaded. The matriarch is convalescing inside. Do not disturb her unless you came for urgent matters. Your mother is speaking outside, but you notice someone stepping into the room. Oh, convalescing. An angry voice rings out. If I heard that correctly, she's deciding her successor personally, right? Li Tian! The matriarch shouts in anger and points on him. However, her weak body prevents her from speaking, and she bursts into a series of coughs. Huh. Good matriarch, good Cirrus, and this. I don't remember. He pulls his mouth corners up and curls into a malicious smile. When did the successor to our leader be decided in a tiny room and by a furtive few? Our clan rule said that it should be decided by all members in a meeting. It's a democratic process, right? The candidates should all be female descendants, even if we should elect one. It's none of your business. Your mother glares at him and gestures to him to leave. Oh, the man doesn't leave, of course. Instead, he crosses his hands before his chest and puts on a confident and arrogant look. Now our whole tribe is living on the loots gotten by us, the hundreds of men in our Li Tian squad, and you tell me that our next leader will be a woman who only knows how to give birth? You've got to be kidding me, right? You've got to be kidding me. It's very aggressive. Hearing that, the matriarch's hand pointing to him begins to tremble. Her chest is rising and falling rapidly, and her breath also quickens. Scold Li Tian or stay silent? What? I don't think provoking a madman makes sense. You say nothing. All you do at this time is hold the matriarch's hand and stroke her back down gently. Feeling the temperature from your hand, she grins difficultly to you and eases down her breath. Her expression recovers after a moment. Li Tian does not speak upon seeing you two. He only narrows his eyes and stares at you for a long time with an odd look. He's sizing up the competition. No need to be so hurried, Li Tian. The matriarch's voice is tranquil. I know I'll soon depart, and we must decide who will be my successor as soon as possible. Now, inform everyone of the news. We'll elect our next leader at the meeting tonight. Candidates can be both genders, or any gender. Hearing that, a hint of mock shines through Li Tian's look. He then turns away his eyes. I won't be wasting time with you here if I have heard that before. If you said that earlier, I wouldn't be wasting my time here, right? With a sneer, he puts his hands down from his chest and strides away. Seeing the man has left, the matriarch smiles at you in sorrow. Now you may go, Nu Zhao. Remember to attend the meeting tonight, as he said. I'll be taking a rest. Okay. Racer of odds. Oh. An interesting gear. You can get a lot of shielding, but you can also apply bleeding. Maybe it's better? You can... We'll see. I mean, the damage resistance is pretty good, though. But... we'll see if it works out. This is tough. Though it looks like we will have a succession battle. Or an election meeting.
此刻，就连从天空坠落的雨滴也无法知道，命运在今夜会走向何方。
The rain eases a bit when night falls. Clan members with bamboo hats walk out from their huts in all directions to the open ground for the meeting. Their figures resemble some dark fish under the dim sky. After many attempts, a new bonfire is finally lit under the low awning. The fire casts light on the matriarch's slim and wan face, I guess. My children, my kin, this is perhaps the last meeting presided by me, your matriarch. The matriarch summons up her force and tries to speak loudly. The crowd is surprisingly calm upon her words. Perhaps Li Tian has informed all of them, and everyone here knows the matter to be discussed in the meeting now. So, today we'll elect our next leader here. Your illness, an elderly lady looks at her in surprise at her words. Under the gloomy dusk, the red spots on her face are faintly discernible behind the bonfire. Some murmurs can be heard from the crowd now. Many people are also surprised to find out that the matriarch's illness has worsened to such an extent after resting for many days. Let's see. We used to elect our leader from elderly and experienced women in the clan. She casts a glance to a corner in the crowd. Li Tian is standing there, his figure restless. However, our warriors also helped us a lot in the survival of the clan. Some of them even sacrificed their lives. Therefore, men can also be candidates in this election. Woohoo! Wow, a warm cheer bursts out from the crowd. At the side where Li Tian stands, many warriors clad in leather armor begin to acclaim, Li Tian! Li Tian! Li Tian! Awe and fear emerge on people's faces at the same time when they hear the name. Li Tian walks out from the crowd and steps to the bonfire amid their shouts. This kind of reminds me of like that Shaka Zulu documentary. Like there was a bunch of tribes that were kind of living peacefully, and that whenever they waged war was more like a ceremonial practice rather than an actual battle, because people don't like dying, right? But then you have this guy who's like, let's just like kill everyone, and decides to actually train up an army seriously and go conquering. And that's how he makes a state, but I don't know, it's like short-lived, right? This is the Zulu tribes, the Zulu state. I guess it's probably similar to some like prehistoric Asians that were like really, really mean. They decide to go conquering. Some like Mongols, I guess. Almost like Genghis Khan style. Alright, skip the unnecessary procedures. He crosses his hands before his chest again and speaks in an unparalleled conceit. I am the leader of Li Tian's squad. The food we eat every day comes from our warriors' fights with every blade and every spear, as well as our blood and life. Under such a nasty environment, we can only survive by defeating weaker tribes and making us stronger. This endless rain is not a punishment from deities. Rather, it is a trial for us, and only the strongest clan members can pass. He stretches out his arms as if he will embrace the crowd. And you, my warriors and clan members, you will be the final winner. Believe me, I will lead you to the day of victory. I will lead you to victory, right? Many people are encouraged by his words, and excitement emerges on their faces. However, there are still a few who look perplexed and hesitant. Li Tian has nominated himself. It seems that he is mentally prepared to be a leader. The matriarch looks around you before resting her eyes on you. Being a leader requires great ability as well as more responsibility. Our next leader cannot act out of self-interest. Instead, all that the leader does should be based on the best interest of our people. Well, who else in this clan can meet those requirements? Well, you can talk or you can be quiet. You don't deserve it. In my eyes, Li Tian is not a fit candidate. You walk out from the thronging crowd and stand in the center of the ground. I don't think our better future rests on war and plunder. The crowd becomes agitated again as people see you. Murmurs can be heard everywhere. See? It's Miss Nuzao. Isn't she a successor to her mother? Why does she contest for a leadership position? Mom, is she Sister Nuzao who defeated the wolves? Li Tian's eyes glow with fierce fire as he stares steadily at your tranquil face. Interesting. It seems that you will be my opponent in this election. You ignore his threatening look and turn to your clan members. We were originally wanderers in the vast land. We ate wild fruits and slept on grass. Every day, some of us would perish in hunger, cold, or the beast's jaws, until the first fire was lit, and wanderers walked out of the darkness and gathered for security and warmth. Together, we could resist the encroaching darkness. One became many, and many became a tribe. Solidarity and diligence. These are the two foundations that we can never abandon after such a long way. Frankly speaking, the other tribes are also only wanderers in this vast land. Our common initial aim that gathered us here was the warmth we felt. We all strove to survive. If we give up our farmland and resort to plunder, we would fight against other clans for the last resource until there's nothing left. If we gave up solidarity and acted selfishly, then, after no one needed to be guarded, we would degrade into beasts and perish in the darkness alone. Okay, let's see another debate. Sure, your words make sense, Li Tian's voice says. But now the problem is, if I no longer set off with my men to fight today, we would have no food tomorrow, and our clan members would die from hunger. Our farmland has long been flooded under the rain, and all that remains in the pen are dead animals reeking with disease. He raises his head to the crowd, and even if you can stop your fight, will others give up their invasion on you automatically? Have you ever forgotten how wars start? I guess why does war exist? His words bring people to the afternoon when the clan was invaded. It was the beginning of doom. Let's see. You hear some people echoing his words. Imminent dangers. Besides, Li Tian's build looks stronger than you, which may reassure people as well. I have the power to protect my people. Your eyes are gleaming with confidence. Now, it seems that you must make others believe that your power is no less than his. Oh, so it means you yourself feel stronger than me. A conceitful look flits by Li Tian's eyes. Then let's have a spar, now that the kids in our tribe will know how flimsy and ridiculous is the rumors of you defeating the wolves. Is it a must? The matriarch speaks. We should directly vote for who we support instead of fighting brutally. But the clan members find this process novel and unheard of. Their faces are all full of eager expectations for an upcoming battle. You cast a confident glance at the matriarch and your mother, then you turn to Li Tian. You are very confident, I see. However, the result will certainly not turn out as what you expected. Perhaps the result of the election this time must be resolved by a spar. If both of you agree, we can decide in that way shortly after. You may begin the spar at any time once you are prepared. Okay. So, we have this entire succession battle going on. This is quite interesting. Well, you better prepare yourself to fall flat on your face. A hint of ferocity flits through Li Tian's eyes. I won't spare you. You may survive, if you're lucky. You might, if you're lucky, you might survive after I'm done with you. Right? That's kind of how he would be. He's pretty big of a person. Interesting. Let's see. He looks crazy. He kind of looks like the first protagonist that you play as. I don't know what his name was. It was like Xing. Anyway. Okay. We can gain killing desire from buffs. Wow. That's a lot of killing desire. And it's just one, right? But I got 4 from it. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kind of curious what gain 2 killing desire for every 1 kind of buff gained from active skills. Restore 2 HP when you cast an active skill. We're gonna gain a random die. Right? Oh, I just got a die from that. You can cast 2 maimed. That should make him not... We can smack him. Oof. How much damage does it do? I didn't pay attention. Huh. Okay, well that's the end of the turn. Gonna buff up. He's got rage. Bleeding. Bleeding when you gain a target when you get die or token from active skills. Okay. Right, we get a die from there. We get a shield. He gets another stack of bleeding. This is pretty OP. Actually, we'll get an extra die there. We could... No, we can't. You could. You could deal 12 basic damage. 12 basic damage is better than a 4, I think. Okay. Round 2. Oof. He just got smacked by that bleed. Damn, she's not that helpless. She's got magic. You take advantage of Li Tian's opening and knock him down. His eyes are full of conspicuous astonishment. This doesn't count, he yells and points at you. This doesn't count! Another round if you have the guts. I fought with only bare hands just now. That was not my full power. Hearing that, some people begin to jeer at him. Kids even grimace with joyful mocks, as if they also feel disdainful of what he did. However, they all fall into sudden silence when Li Tian's fierce glare sweeps through the crowd. If you dare intimidate my clan members again, your end will be more pitiful than falling on the ground. A killing intent shines through your eyes as the story wheel in your hands glows coldly. I don't mind fighting another round, as long as you're not afraid of losing Phage from a crushing defeat. Are you trying to scare me? Give me a spear. He lets out conceited laughter as he shouts to the crowd. A warrior hands him a spear in a hurry, and after wielding it several times, he becomes satisfied and poses for the next fight. Ouch. So he's slightly pissed, I guess. definitely not happy. We will start with 3 killing desire. That is a lot of killing desire. Like, this is like... Oh, it's 2. We get 2 from that. For every 1 kind of buff. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's pretty nice. Let's see. Probably will give myself that. Get another die. You can get another die. You can deal some damage there. 2 plus 2 for every... Okay. I think that's the end. Oof. I took damage from something. He can pierce through shields, I think. Oh, this is not a good roll. I mean... Alright, we'll get a random die from this. Probably? Okay, we can re-roll, see if we get any interesting things. 5 shield. We can re-roll one more time. Oh, this is nice. We can get everything. Oh, we can't attack him though. That's okay. I should have probably just smacked him. Okay. Looks like my gear is better than his. You know, that's what you get for being a shirtless guy. Not having a single... Like... Oh, I forgot to buff myself. It's a lot easier with these new gears that we have. Li Tian is hit by your spell on the chest. He spits out blood as he falls face up to the ground. The spear falls beside his feet. Miss Nuzao wins! A cheer bursts out from the crowd, and some people begin to chant your name. As for the warriors with weapons in Li Tian's squad, their look towards their captain turns from admiring to blank, and then disdainful. So you win the fight. Piercing wind sounds come from your back with a roar, and you see the faces before you struck by utter panic. Damn! Damn you all! Die! Suddenly, Li Tian leaps up from the ground, his eyes bloody red. He throws out his spear to you, and he crawls at you with hands and feet and charges at you like a wounded beast. The spear darts to you at an astonishing speed. You can dodge it if you take action now. However, your clan members are behind you, and some of them will certainly die if you let the spear miss. Oh my god. You grit your teeth and turn head-on to the spear after moving your vital parts out of its range. Oof. Splat. Your nerves are tortured by the intense pain, but you have no time for further thoughts. Li Tian, now a red-eyed beast, has pounced on you the next moment. He aims for your life. But he's a werewolf? That's the excuse that we have? Oh my god. Oh, that's sad. 10 special damage. Okay. Shield cannot block damage. Oof. Well, that's gonna be tough. Immune to special damage. I don't think I deal special damage, but... Alright, let's get a random die. Gain 2 cleansed. I should have upgraded that, but... Okay. This is very difficult. I wish I had better. It looks like I did not. He will debuff me. I don't have any cleansing, which is problematic. Forgot to buff myself. Can reroll, see if we get something useful, but so shielding is not going to block damage. Try Mountain and Lake. Oof. That didn't do anything. You can get a random die. Okay, well, that's about it. This is gonna be very tough. Right, because not having the... I have a healing capacity, but it's not enough. Right, like he does not take special damage. So this build is not good. Wait, this does damage to myself? Interesting. We're gonna get a random die. We'll have to redo this. Let's see if we can get a third trigram. Nope, didn't work out. I really should have invested in something. Deal 4 basic damage and apply maimed. I don't know why I'm taking like reflection damage or something. Ugh, there's not enough healing. I might die. I might just die from this, right? Like, that's the annoying part, is I might just die. Oof. Right? Like... ugh, like, that just... Okay, we can try getting another Yang. And see if it works, but it might not work. Okay, deal 4 damage and apply 2 maimed. Oh man, I didn't make it. I almost made it, but I didn't make it. He just healed? What? Just healed his entire... Oh my god. You've got to be kidding. So it means I didn't... Interesting, so it's a little bit more difficult. I don't feel like dealing with this. So I lost.
胜败只在一瞬，生死不过轮回。
Okay, so this means I have to fight him. But I did not know that his... I didn't save before the fight, so I have to change my build. Passive, cost. I don't... Restore HP. Probably, okay. So we'll have to look at a different set of skills. Lake Trigram. 2 basic damage, I'm vulnerable. They can fire, so burning is not... So this one's not useful. This one is better than Sunset Pat. Resolute is not useful. I mean, it could be. Right, if you have the passive. Stackable. No, actually, I don't think the shielding does really helps. Burning is special damage. Deal 6. Apply 2 burning. Apply 1 vulnerable. Vulnerable might be good, but... Lake in Heaven, Lake Trigram. Killing Desire's 2 times effective. So you could get Water and Wind. Will help with the thing, but it won't help you getting the die. Right. I should be fine. His healing is pretty good. Yeah, this is quite interesting a build. So you have to kind of stack a bunch of Killing Desire. There is like 12 shield plus 2 shield. Nope. Apply revealed. For burning targets, apply revealed when the round begins. That would get you a lot. For burning targets, steal an additional, I mean... Yeah, it would help, but... Do you have to... Gain 1 random die. Apply 1 burning. 5. So... Apply vulnerable. Vulnerable would be pretty good of a debuff. If you're gonna, like, smack them, but... So you have to stack Killing Desire as much as possible. You could stack Burning, but I don't think Burning... Okay, well... We'll just try this again. Right, so we have to fight him. With the assumption that he's gonna kick our ass. This one always goes first. This one also. This one also. This one also. Yeah. I guess burning would be better, right? But if you have +5 basic desire... Right, it should allow you to do a lot of damage. You stack up a lot of killing desire. And then... we can reroll, see what we get. Right, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 is gonna be 12. 33. Yeah, that's the end. Feeble. Oh, he debuffed me. You gain a lot of hits. Right. This is pretty intense. Like, I don't know if this build's gonna succeed, but we'll try something. More trigrams. And smack him and buff herself. Smack him again. That does quite a bit of damage, but it's only, it says about 56. Yeah. He shields up a lot and has rage. Okay. I mean... you can smack him. Get a shield. Right, so... I don't know, because getting the killing desire and resolute is not so great. Negative healing. Trigram here. It might be faster to build up burning stacks, but... 27 basic damage. Okay, so now we do 27 with this. $21. Right. 9. This is only like 40. Like 30 something. It's not very effective. Ugh. That's really annoying. It's because I took the spear, right? So I could not take the spear and have a harder time. Don't dodge it. Okay, so this is gonna be very difficult. Let's see. buff our killing desire. Give ourselves a shield. We can smack him. Deal some damage. Yeah, so every time you attack him, he retaliates. But that was about 40. Which sucks a lot. Shield cannot block damage. But is there even a point to having a shield? I mean, there is, I think. There's a little bit of a point. Right, it blocks some of the reflect damage. But costs 3 HP and deal 12 basic damage. That costs a lot of tokens, right? It's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It might not be worth it. Right? Like you might want to re-roll. Right. So that clears most of the debuffs. Debilitated. Okay, so you can't get rid of that. Immune to special damage. What? Wait, he's immune? What? Okay, can smack him. Smack him again. I mean, we have to do as much damage as we can to this guy. Ouch. Oh, that's 33%. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Do some damage, get some die. It only does 25. Why is he immune? Like, what is he immune to? He just healed himself. Like, we have to keep building the stacks. Keep smacking him. So 6 plus 21. So I only do... Okay, so this is not a good skill then. I mean, it might be like this for everyone, you know. Like, it's possible that gain 6. I might just have to clear my... heal myself. Seems like that's the only thing that does anything, because he's immune to the second part of the damage. That is so annoying. It's not specified as special damage, so clearly it's just ridiculous. I should have gotten something that, I mean, Anyway. It's okay. It's clearly... Well... Oh, I should have, Oops. We'll re-roll. Get a snake. Okay, that went a little bit better. With the healing skill. Fiery bracelets. The brutal man collapses to the ground. He will never get up again. Heavenly wounded. Dizziness comes with the blood loss, and you can only crumble to the ground, hands pressing on your wound. Your mother's anxious calling and the hurried steps of your clan member, as well as the light from the bonfire, fill your senses before you fall into a coma. Okay. That's unfortunate. Oh. Racer of odds. Okay. So, we're alive, right? Do we go back to the open ground? No. Deserted field. Post? No. Matriarch's house? Oh, we wake up at the matriarch's
疼
house.
痛可以被遗忘，但责任唯有至死方休。
A scorching breath from your face, a dazzling light into your blurred sight. You frown and open your eyes. You feel your shoulders a bit heavy. It seems to be covered by thick layers of herbs and fabric strips. The scab beneath it is itching slightly. Nuzal, you've woken up! You see your mother's worrying face. Sunlight falls on her visage, bringing with it a warmth that makes your heart quiver. Wait, sunlight? You look out the window. Though the sky is still a bit cloudy, dim sunlight has pierced the cloud and shed on the ground. The rain has stopped. Oh my gosh, it's not raining anymore. That's pretty special. Like, you know, it's almost like Noah's Ark, you know, some endless, like 40 days of rain and 40 nights of rain. You are about to shed tears as you see her face bask under sunlight. The past of enjoying the dry breeze in Yarrow Garden and following her to learn divination seemed to have just been yesterday, but now you have been through so many misfortunes. Feel free to cry if you want, my daughter. She holds you into her arms gently. Your nose tingles as you feel her warmth, and soon your tears begin to fall in drops. Neither of you speak. Mother and daughter only embrace each other under the dim sunlight for a very, very long time. We can talk to her mom. The matriarch had passed away before you woke up. She speaks with unrestrainable sorrow and then exhales deeply. My daughter, you're the new matriarch now. Really? You try to shake the matriarch's face off from your head. However, her smile lit by the bonfire has been engraved in your mind, leaving you an unforgettable impression. Talk? We can talk about some chit-chat. You make a divination. She would not do a divination for her own child. It's not worth the risk of seeing the future, what your child may or may not go through. The most important thing. After Li Tian died, you became the new matriarch as an undeniable result. However, there's still a terrible mess for you to handle. So there's a crisis. After the rain, the hungry beasts came out from their lairs and forests and launched a sudden attack on us. The warriors in the post are fending them off, but there are only a few arrows and weapons in hand. What's more, a hostile tribe gathered up a troop and assaulted us following the river that had flooded our fields before. None of us go there after our lands were destroyed, and no men were there for defense as well, so they took advantage of the opening. Where are the enemies now? You sit up suddenly from your bed. Some of our warriors are already fighting against them. However, we suffered heavy casualties. Nuzao, our clan members need you, but I don't want to lose you, my daughter. Do you feel certain that your body has fully recovered now? You must guarantee me that you will never risk your life for anyone else ever again. Okay, so we took the spear, but that's not a good idea. We promised that we won't sacrifice ourselves for other people. Baba, Nichula. Nuzao Nishuba. I think she's saying that I need to go. So I have to go. Interesting. That's a lot of stuff that's happened. I'm not sure if I feel like dealing with it today. I'm a little bit tired, but I guess it was good to see we made a little bit of progress on her trip. You know, we learned more about her predicament. But turns out there's another person that we have to take a look at. I think we'll have to save this on the first screen. Yeah, I'll probably like play this later. It's already been about 2 hours. A bit late for me now, so hopefully we will get further. I'll probably try the new guy out and see what's up with him, because he's definitely interesting looking figure. He looks like a mermaid of some sort, probably from the water, the lake. Yeah. I think I'll end the stream here, so if anyone's watching, thank you for chiming in or hopping in, and we'll see you